You amuse me. I will make you mine.
You mean like a boyfriend or like a slave?
Yes.
Alright, I'm going to talk about the avatar state really quick. So, all the avatar state is a mortal being fused with the spirit Rava, which is the spirit. A bender is able to bend all 4 of the elements rather than just one. Rava is the connection between the current avatar and all of the avatars in the past. And the avatars in the past offer wisdom and help for the current avatar to be able to perform his or her duties efficiently. And so the question is, how is Korra able to deflect all of the spirit vine energy out of the way without her past lives? Something people should realize is that bending is a very emotional practice. And so your emotional state will reflect how powerful your bending is. And so it is clear that Korra's resolve at the end of the series was beyond measurable. She was a truly reformed avatar and a very powerful one. You know what I would really like to see? A battle between Amon and Unalaq. They're both waterbending masters, but I just really want to see Amon whip Unalaq, bro. I gotta see Amon psychic bloodbend the heck out of this guy. Unalaq is weird champ.
So what did I miss?
I'm super dead!
My God.
The Legend of Korra isn't going to do the same numbers as Avatar: The Last Airbender. And you're right, most sequels don't. But Avatar beat out all the other shows and now is the longest running show in the top 10 on Netflix. Will The Legend of Korra be pulling the same record-breaking numbers? Probably not. But the show is already in the top 10 for Netflix a day after it premiered. Can it pull the same numbers as Avatar: The Last Airbender? Possibly, only time will tell. But you guys should give it a shot anyways, it's a good series. Regardless, Korra's in the top 10 already.
And I want to apologize to all of you for what I did. It was very wrong and I am very sorry. I just would like to move on and lead a normal life. You know, get a job and a wife and change my ways. And I hope this apology impresses you, even though my grandmother made me do it and I don't really mean it.
You mean you do mean it?
I mean, I do mean it.
Bruh, I don't think people realize how strong Korra actually is. Like, people forget she has a really good spiritual connection, which allows her to do things like spirit bending, which we never see Aang do. Yeah, Aang got that energy bending to take people's bending away. But you guys gotta understand, Aang straight up needed the Avatar state in order to defeat Fire Lord Ozai. Or he could have just redirected the lightning at Ozai and just defeated him right then and there. But either way, it wasn't his technique. I feel like Aang has it much easier than Korra, just because he does have all of the avatars behind him, all the reincarnates. Meanwhile, bruh, I'm just gonna let you look at this real quick. Look at this spirit cannon. Look, you see all those vines? All that vine energy? She straight up denied this cannon, bruh. The amount of energy it takes to be able to stop an impact like this, the momentum that is stopped, and mind you, this is after she loses the avatar state. She's the first avatar in her cycle. Haters gonna hate, but Korra whoops Aang.
This is for Ozai, you big fat white nasty smelling fat bitch. Why you banished me from the motherfucking Fire Nation with your trifling dirty white racist ass, you big fat bitch, Oompa Loompa body ass bitch. I'm coming up to get a plan.
Police! Police! Help! Police! Help! Police! Help! Help! Police! Help!
I have been reading the Kyoshi novels all morning, and I am emotionally unable to deal with how much I'm crushing on Avatar Kyoshi and Ranji.
Ooh, you know what color we haven't tried yet? Therapy.
Personally, I don't like my smile because I feel like it gives off Chucky vibes, but I'll do it for you, bitch. What the fuck?
Can a non-firebender redirect lightning? Let's find out. The short answer to this question is no. Only firebenders can redirect lightning. And here's the reason why. Lightning redirection was a technique invented by Iroh by studying waterbenders and dealing with the flow of energy. But to redirect lightning, you have to be able to direct it in the first place. And being able to use lightning is a sub-element of firebending, which I covered in the sub-elements of firebending on my channel. So even though redirecting lightning was a technique that was invented by studying waterbenders, you still have to be a firebender to be able to do it. Because lightning is a sub-element of firebending, you have to be able to direct it in order to redirect it. So as many of you are aware, The Legend of Korra just released on Netflix, and this is my video on why you should watch The Legend of Korra and my honest review on it. I'm gonna go through each season and rank them and why you should watch them, even though some of the seasons are a little iffy at times. The season 1 villain is Amon, and that season is decent. It ended kind of quickly because they were only greenlit for 1 season apparently, but it's a decent start to a good show. Season 2 of Korra is the only season where I think a lot of the fans of the show didn't really like it because of certain things that happened. But if you make it past this season, the rest of the show is amazing. Season 3 of The Legend of Korra is the best season out of all of them. It introduces the Red Lotus, who are amazing. And finally, we have Season 4, which is a good end to a good series, with the main villain being Kuvira, a metal bender. And although there are new villains each season in The Legend of Korra, it's a great show and I think you guys should give it a chance. It has its own aspects that make it both good and bad. And just so you know, Korra is older than Aang, so the show itself is a lot more intense. What do I think about the creators of Avatar leaving the live-action series that Netflix is making? Well, for those of you who aren't aware, Netflix is making a live-action series of Avatar The Last Airbender, basically recreating the series. And at first, when it was introduced 2 years ago with this image teaser, I was very skeptical and I honestly didn't like the idea of it. It wasn't until I found out that both Brian and Mike were working on it that I actually was happy that it was being made, because I was like, well, this could be a live-action series that will be actually good for once. But recently, as many of you guys are aware, both Brian and Mike decided to leave the Netflix series. And honestly, it makes me feel the same way as I did when I saw this image 2 years ago. Live actions are hard in general, but when the creators of the series themselves actually leave the project because they aren't liking it, that is a little tough for me to swallow. I hope it's good, but honestly, when I found out the news, it made me spit out my coldest water.
Okay, if you really want to plot them against each other at the same age, then you better be prepared to have them face at any age. I'm not sure if Aang is 4 in this picture, but this is Aang at 4. This is Korra at 4. She got 3 elements down, bruh. Korra is murking Aang at age 4. It's okay, I'm not going to explain this to you, but there is no way on God's earth that Aang, as a 12-year-old kid, would ever defeat a fully fledged Avatar Korra. Nope, no way. Yeah, I can understand your point about how the age difference between Korra and Aang was quite substantial. However, I wouldn't say they had completely different situations. They both needed to defeat an evil villain. But however, it's just that Aang had only one villain to mainly focus on. And all 4 seasons were kind of attributed to one main boss fight at the end of the series. And if we're talking age difference, let's assume Aang is in his prime and he's a fully fledged Avatar. Korra had to go through a lot more villains. She even had to go up against a dark Avatar, which is beyond powerful than anything the Fire Lord could ever hope to achieve. And are y'all just gonna forget Aang would have literally lost to a waterbender? And once again, in adulthood, Aang needs to use his Avatar state to escape life or death because he was being bloodbended by a psychic bloodbender named Yakone. But he just went Avatar state and took his bending away. Oh, and he didn't kill him or put him in prison, so Yakone was just free to train his sons. Let's talk about Fire Shaman Chi Healing. The Shaman's Chi Healing is a technique used to heal Chi paths that have been either corrupted or been exposed to toxic elements, and it does what traditional waterbending healing fails to do. The practitioners of this technique are actually fire sages who come from an island called Bansi Island. Bansi Island consists of these sanctuary temples and is the home for where these fire sages practice this art. And yeah, it's just in the Southern Fire Nation. This type of healing allows the user to sense dark energy within someone. And eventually Korra was able to reconnect with her past lives via this method. So yeah, bro, fire sages are goats. Fire is not just hostile, but it can also in fact heal. Now that you're here, make sure to join the Avatar Teen Club, links in bio. Hope to see you there.
Unpopular Legend of Korra opinion. I can't stand it when someone says they didn't like Korra and then someone else would respond with, oh, you just can't handle confident women. It wasn't a gender thing. Korra wasn't confident, she was cocky. That was written intentionally. She learned the elements when she was really young. It was an intentional flaw that they had given her. So whether you like it or not, it's your opinion. But it wasn't that she was a girl.
Asami, did you know Korra likes Mako?
Oh, no, I wasn't completely aware of that. Oh, goodness, I'm so sorry. It's just that I'm allergic to
bullshit.
Dance like a god. Dance like a god. Dance like a god.